have a serious question. Is the mark of the beast a tattoo? Tattoos are everywhere. On the NBA courts, even in the pulpit, though the latter are usually obscured by clothing. Is body art more than a fad? Is it an opening to evil spirits? More important, are tattoos a potentially existential way that the Antichrist will control populations? I want you to think twice before you get that tat. The question, is the mark of the beast a tattoo? When I suggest that tattoos might be connected to the mark of the beast from Revelation chapter 13, I can almost hear the groans from those of you who have tattoos and you love them. Actually, statistics say that at least 20% regret their tattoo. You're probably thinking, I've gone off the deep end with spiritual judgment and legalism, but please hear me out. This topic isn't new to me. I've written about tattoos many times before. My book, Curse Breaking, details a biblical and spiritual analysis of this dilemma. I have thought this matter through thoroughly and cast out many demons that entered by tattoo portals. Right now, I'm not going to get into the Bible verses. You can read my book on curse breaking and make up your own mind. And I want to be clear. We need to be reasonable about body art that, for example, might cover unsightly birthmarks, so long as that tattoo isn't something demonic like a dragon. I have nothing against tattoos that are used as medical identifiers or to enhance surgery, such as, for example, breast reconstruction. I also leave open to you your own conclusions about tattoos that depict scriptures or biblical themes. That kind of tattoo, well, it's certainly not a spiritual hindrance on the same level as the ink art of a voluptuous woman or a serpent. However, any physical defacement potentially facilitates demons, and that is a risk to consider. The blood which is drawn in the gory process can be a figurative blood sacrifice if the customer is being inked by someone with lethal demonic bloodline curses. And you can't go into a tattoo parlor and first do deliverance on the person who's going to be doing the inking. That's just not practical. Consider how extreme inking is in our culture. Take the case of an Australian woman, a pretty young lady, who underwent $250,000 worth of tattoos, body modifications, and even ink in her eyeballs. She now calls herself the Dragon Lady. Take a look. This is what she used to look like. Look again. This is what she looks like now. Her innocent look has morphed in a totally demonic appearance with 600 tattoos. She even went blind for 3 weeks from injections in her eyeballs. Right now, she's an adult porn model in demand. As she ages and her tats wrinkle, she'll be professionally discarded and likely suffer serious health and emotional issues. Still, she claims that all these tattoos released what she says is negative energy. And she calls her appearance, and I use her words, euphoric and peaceful. Tattooed Christians can surely agree that the Dragon Lady is taking ink a bit too far, but consider these facts when thinking of tattoos as a possible mark of the beast. Several decades ago, tattoos were rare. Now people cover their entire arms, legs, necks, even their private parts. When I was recently in the ER due to COVID, it was unnerving to have the male nurse attending me put the tattoo of a coiled rattlesnake on his arm right up in my face, and I had to look at it. I'm certain it never occurred to him that I might find that offensive. Tattoos are the most universal, self-induced form of individual immediate identification on the planet. Think about that. In America, 30% of people have tattoos. Among millennials, it's 50% and growing. By the way, when asked why people tat, the most common answer is either to be sexy or to be rebellious. Take this challenge. Try to name an NBA or NFL star who isn't heavily tattooed. There are very few exceptions. These are the most visible and admired cultural icons. What they do, youth will follow. And they are international stars setting world trends. Tattoos may someday be displayed on almost everyone. Let's talk about the mark of the beast on the right hand or the forehead. Now, most prophecy teachers have inferred it must be an electronic means of identification, like an embedded chip, but maybe not. Maybe people now commonly tattoo their hands, necks, and faces, and more recent serial killers and mass shooters have sported face tattoos, such as the Highland Park shooter. So think about this. Facial ink is the #1 trend in tattoos, including the forehead. Now that is interesting. Perhaps the Antichrist won't need some sophisticated implanted chip to control the population. Given a few more years of tattoo normalization, a tattoo marking allegiance and qualification for commerce might be thought of as normal. The beast may have some dazzling computerized way of tracking those loyal to him, and the mark would only be visible with proper detection. But think about the pre-technological age of Cain, who had a mark everyone could see readily. Genesis 4:15 talks about this. It's certain that during the Great Tribulation, you'll only be able to survive by having a mark to be able to buy or sell or survive. Revelation 13:17 points that out. So, if tattoos are part of the plan, you might want to reconsider getting any more body art. Do you really want your artistic ink to become the devil's calling card?
Your financial support and prayers make it possible for us to bring hope for the hurting and freedom to those in spiritual bondage. For the latest information regarding ministry outreaches, go to boblarson.org or call 303-980-1511.